Good morning, Facebook. It is Baltic this morning. Hey. Oh. Oof. Morning. I've just been chatting to a guy that, I won't call him competition, I've been chatting to a guy that we both bid on a property and he won it. He went higher than us. I've just bumped into him in the street walking home there. And we had the good crack about property he's just started work on. He's just started work on this house. And we got talking numbers, I asked him what his bill cost was, blah, blah, blah. So he gave me his numbers. And I sort of asked him how he arrived at his figure, because I know it's going to cost him way more than what he told me. Baltic Andy. I know it's going to cost him way more than what he told me. And he finished his sentence with this. Yeah, I hope it all works out okay. What a twat. I hope it works out all okay. What a shit strategy that is. In fact, it's not a strategy. It's a gamble. I hope means I'm gambling. I hope I'm going to win the lottery. I hope I win on the fruity. I hope I win on this horse. Fuck that. How can you put all your money... I know how much he paid for this house. So we went in at 90 and he beat us. So he'll have gone sort of 95, something like that. 95 grand on a hope, on a gamble. Not knowing where this is going to be at the back end. Fuck that. I hope is not a strategy. I learned that off my own coach this week. Off Mr. Mort. You've got to have a plan. Now, when we're planning that refurbishment, I hear a lot of people's biggest challenge is that they can't work out what the bill cost is. So they're going in blind and sort of throwing numbers around. Now, before you even start working out what the bill cost is, you've got to know what the build is. So you've got to have the skills, knowledge and experience. You've got to have that skill in your toolbox to be able to work out what actually needs to be done before we get a price for the thing that you think needs to be done. Oh, that were a bit of a gobful. I won't try and say that again. So imagine you're in a house. You know how much a rewire is, right? For this particular property. But the thing we know in how much a rewire is, do you know whether it needs a rewire or not? Or are you just hoping? Are you hoping that it doesn't? You need to have a strategy in place. Before you go on that property viewing, you need to have a strategy in place to find out whether it needs a rewire while you're in there. You can't price up a property refurb in a 15-minute viewing. You just cannot do it. I've been doing this game a fucking long time and I can't do it. So I know that someone with no skills, knowledge and experience can't go in there and price it up in 15 minutes. You just can't do it. You'll be unable to identify what needs to be done. You'll be unable to then go away and work out what those things are per elemental piece. You just can't do it. Again, what you're doing is hoping, and hoping's a fucking dog shit strategy. It's a gamble. You can't be into 100 whatever grand investment on hope. Because, you know, what is that? I just don't get it. I don't get why someone would do it. This is something that we work with on my 3-month program. All the guys in that program have all got access to that strategy. They all know how to go about identifying defects. But instead of going and hoping and sort of shooting a fucking ridiculous contingency price at something, a contingency budget, let me tell you this. If you're operating with contingency on a 2-up, 2-down refurb, you're guessing. There's not a lot that you can miss. Sorry, there's not a lot that can bite you with contingency, but there's lots of things that you can miss. If you're unable to identify the defects in that property, again, you're hoping. Other than, I challenge this. I've had a couple of challenges with this, should I say. Other than rotten floor joists, there's not a lot that can bite you on a 2-up, 2-down. Not a lot at all. So if your contingency covers off just that, I would say that's all you need. Anything else is not a contingency item, it's something that you've missed. And you've missed it because you've gone in with hope as your strategy to pricing up that thing. That is all I had for you this morning. A bit ranty, wasn't it, that? Any questions on this? Do us a favour. Drop them in the comments underneath this. I get so many DMs after these now. I simply can't get back to all of you. Plus, I'm only helping one person if I'm answering a DM. And if I'm answering it in here, I can help more people. That's all I've got for you. I'm walking uphill now, so I'm off. See you after.